If you want to be a part of the conversation before it happens here on YouTube, click that link in the description to join the free Courtside Financial Discord. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Courtside Financial Podcast, the podcast where we talk about business and technology. Today we're focusing on some fascinating developments in the EV space. We're going to be focusing on NIO's ambitious multi-brand strategy. We're also going to be talking a little bit about Tesla's safety and some fascinating developments in the market in general. So this is going to be a super interesting, super insightful video. If you are new to the channel, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. If you're new or returning, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you click the notification bell icon. Leave a comment down below. You guys, all your engagement really does go a long way in helping out the channel, helping us to reach a broader audience and continue doing research and making content. So without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Let me start with something that got me really excited. NIO dropped some jaw-dropping news about their sales projections. And the numbers are pretty wild. They're expecting to double their sales in 2025. And I've got the scoop on how they plan to do it. The NIO sub-brand Onvo, the one they just launched in September, is planning to do 240,000 units in the year 2025. And Firefly, that plans to start deliveries in the first half of 2025, they're projecting around 5,000 units per month. So let's break down these numbers in detail. NIO delivered 20,575 vehicles in total, with 15,493 under the main NIO brand and then 5,082 under the Onvo brand for the month of November. Year to date though, through November, they delivered 180,599 vehicles under the main brand. And to that, Onvo has contributed 10,233 units, with it first being launched in September. Now, what's particularly interesting about Onvo is their ramp-up strategy. Alan I, the president of the sub-brand, is targeting 10,000 Onvo units delivered in the month of December, and the only model they have out right now is the Onvo L60. But here's where it gets interesting. They're planning to deliver 16,000 units monthly by January 2025 and push that to 20K per month in March. But there's more. NIO isn't just sitting on their laurels with the L60. They've got two more models, coming out under the Onvo sub-brand. We're talking about a 6/7 seater and a big 5-seater that are going to go head to head with Li Auto's L8 and L7 models. And from what management is saying, these aren't just Me Too models. They're emphasizing competitiveness and cost control. Now let's talk about the flagship move, the ET9. This is where NIO is really flexing their technological muscle. We're looking at a 900 volt high voltage architecture. NIO's going to be using their own in-house smart driving chip and their newly upgraded smart chassis system. This isn't just about luxury, it's about proving their technological prowess. With a pre-sale price of 800,000 RMB, that's about $109,890. They're making a bold statement about their positioning in the market. Speaking of market dynamics, let's pivot to what Tesla is doing in China. They've completely changed their marketing playbook, and Grace Tao, their VP, is absolutely crushing it on social media. Here's the kicker. Tesla hasn't had a single fire recall in 6 years. And get this, Teslas are 8 times less likely to catch fire than a traditional gasoline vehicle. That includes building fires and arson. They're not just talking about safety, they're backing it up with their Model 3 scoring 5 stars. And that's for both the China Electrical Vehicle Fire Safety Index and the Automotive Fire Safety Certification. Let's look at Tesla's numbers in China. November saw them move 78,856 vehicles, including both domestic and sales exports. That's a 15.49% jump from 68,280 in October, though it's down 4.34% from last year. But here's where things get interesting. The report suggests that they sold over 73,000 units in China, marking a 12% year year-over-year increase and an 82% jump from October. Year to date through October, Tesla's moved over 500,685 vehicles, up from 8.29% last year in China. And they're not letting up. They just launched extended discounts on their Model Y, and they've extended 0% financing for 5 years through December. Now let's zoom out and take a look at the bigger picture, specifically the charging infrastructure in the United States of America. These numbers are staggering. We're talking about 12,000 new charging points in just 3 months, bringing the total to 204,000 level 2 and DC fast chargers nationwide. That's doubling what we had at the end of 2020. Here's something really interesting about the National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Program. 126 public charging EV ports are now operational at 31 NEVI stations across 9 sites. That's an 83% increase in just 1 quarter. And get this, 41 states have already issued first round solicitations, with 35 of them reaching agreements for 3,560 fast charging ports across 890 locations. Now let me connect all these dots and tell you what I think this means for the broader market. Number one, NIO's multi-brand strategy isn't just ambitious, it's revolutionary. They're essentially creating their own ecosystem of vehicles at different price points. The Onvo brand is going to target the mass market, Firefly will go after the entry-level segment, and of course NIO will remain a leader in the premium electric vehicle segment. Not to forget that they're continuing to push boundaries with the ET9. Tesla's marketing pivot in China shows something very crucial about maturity. They're not just selling cars anymore, they're selling trust and safety. This is a sophisticated response to increasing market competition, specifically from companies like NIO. And the rapid expansion of charging infrastructure in the United States is a game changer. With 59.1% of major corridors having fast chargers within 50 miles, up from 38% 4 years ago, and projections showing to hit 70% by the end of 2025. We're seeing the backbone of EV adoption being built in real time in America. Here's what really excites me about NIO's strategy, though. They're not just showing different cars at different price points. They're creating distinct brand identities while leveraging their core technologies across all 3 brands. The ET9's technology will eventually trickle down onto other models, creating an ecosystem that could give them a significant competitive edge. However, there are risks to watch out for. The biggest challenge will be maintaining brand differentiation while also achieving economies of scale. Think about things like manufacturing. The more different these cars continue to get, the more that they're not going to be able to achieve economies of scale when it comes to manufacturing, because there's going to have to be different production lines and sites and whatnot. They'll also need to carefully manage positioning of each brand to avoid cannibalization while still striving for those sales targets. Before I wrap up, let me leave you with this thought. We're watching a pivotal moment in EV. NIO's betting big on market segmentation and technological leadership, while Tesla's doubling down on safety and trust. And the infrastructure in the US seems to be following the path to support mass adoption. As a NIO bull, I'm particularly excited about their chances for success, but I'm carefully watching how they execute this complex strategy. The next few quarters will be pivotal as they ramp up Onvo, launch Firefly, and bring the ET9 to market. That's all for today's episode of Courtside Financial. If you found this deep dive valuable, informative, insightful, or at the very least entertaining, don't forget to like, subscribe, join the free Discord down below, click the notification bell icon, and we will catch you in the next episode of the Courtside Financial Podcast. My name's Obi. Thanks for tuning in.